Sick and tired of all the woke crap and all the Dems freaking out about everything all the time. I kind of am.
You know,
Done with them.
I'm liking that it's tailing off a little bit, but
Yeah.
these rants are getting louder though. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But so is the opposition on our side.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and so people are starting to speak up now. I think they're saying comedy is back again, something like that, and things like that. But I think a lot more people are starting to stand up and say, you know what, enough of this bullshit. This is ridiculous, right?
I like that we can laugh and joke about ourselves and our differences again.
Yeah.
That feels good.
Yeah.
Feels good.
So we're going to get into this. This is a guy who has a store. He does a lot of sign work, and if you haven't seen these, you will now, and you'll never forget him. And I'll probably order some signs from him because this guy is awesome. So let's get into this and check it all out and see what he has to say, because this is hilarious.
Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to the Rude Barn Podcast. Here's my buddy.
The Rude.
Bam. Right there. And I'm the Barn. We are the Rude Barn Podcast. And we have a little Etsy store, therudebarn.etsy.com. We have some merch on there. We like to throw some stuff up. Here's one. Question everything. Everything, because that's our whole thing with this show, our philosophy, our mantra, if you will. And that's what we're trying to
do. Shirts, mugs, gear, whatever you need.
Mom, you got it. I'm wearing a hat right now as well. Rude Barn hat right there. I'm wearing it in the last couple videos if you've checked those out as well. And then we also have some friends with the Bearded Viking, and they do these mead products, which are freaking awesome.
Making mead, making booze for the everyday man, and it's the oldest booze on record, I think, in history.
Yeah.
So yeah, check it out. We did a little spin on it. Go to beardedviking.com and check it out.
Check it out
and see where you can get the booze.
Now we're going to talk with Tony. Tony is a guy. I think he's in China. I think he's in China, but he does these ads, which are freaking phenomenal. If he's not in China and he's here, even better. But these are classic. And if you haven't seen his little viral TikToks and things like that he's doing, you got to check these out because they're absolutely hilarious. And we hope you get a little laugh out of it. So here's Tony and all these viral ads that he's been putting out. I think you guys are going to dig them because they're pretty funny. And let's just check these out and see what you think.
About something super cool called pronouns.
Not interested, son. Anyways, here's how to tell if science cheap.
I am a trans man and I'm gay.
So you're straight. Anyways.
Hello. Goodbye. Anyway.
So I got served today.
Served.
About something.
His videos are so good.
Oh my god, these are classic. We've got some more. Let's throw some more out there because if you're not laughing yet, you will be soon.
What's up, California?
Alex. What's up, Maiden?
I'm Oliver.
I'm Brian. I'm Dylan. And together we are
gay as fuck. Gay as fuck. Anyways, we've been making signage for more than 14 years.
I'm gay.
I'm gay.
I'm gay.
I'm gay. I'm gay.
I'm gay. Amazing manufacturer generates signs. Anyways, if you want to start a business on a budget, make sure you go to the Source Factory.
A gay without an iPhone is not a gay.
Not a real gay without an iPhone.
Oh my god.
Anyways, watch me put it down like this. The design is very human. Let me show you. We have this package included app to download. So anyways, this is very human design.
What's up?
The one, it's just, you couldn't ask for something better to just give these people so much shit for their lame ass thing.
The one with the boy band guys coming in. That was the first one that I saw of his, and I was like, "What is this?" And I was just going through reels, you know what I mean? And it just popped up, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guy he's gold."
Oh yeah, this is comedy gold, and I think that these viral videos that he's been doing, reacting to the stupidity of the left and these moron woke idiots, is classic. And I think his business has just exponentially just blown out of the water. It's amazing. You know, let's watch a few more because these are hilarious. I mean, you gotta have a little levity with all the bullshit going on in the world right now. Let's have some fun with things. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Yeah. Anyway, look at it. It's different from.
You know what? I'm gonna start this over again. So let's check this out.
Hey, what's up? We are
Gay. Anyways, look at our special label. It shines bright like a diamond. Its luminous effect is different from ordinary store sign.
My boyfriend loves 3 things: football, fried chicken,
And cock. Anyways, check out our new product right here. LED sign with flowing light, any color can be made.
another gender.
Anyways, how to find the right sign company for you is to check out they deliver design service. LC Sign is 15 professional designers.
I am trigender, which means like a triangle. I have 3 genders: male, female.
Anyways, how to find the right sign company for you is to check how they provide design service. LC Sign has 15 professional designers who produce 200 drawings every day.
When I found out that my mom was pregnant and by the same man as me, honestly,
my
it was
God.
unexpected.
I doubt that. Anyways, this style is very popular now. Put it in your storefront and make your business great again.
What do you feel?
What's up, homie? I'm Tony. If you want to start a business on a budget, make sure you go to the Source Factory. Reliable quality, cost-effective, and responsive sales team.
Here are the best tips on.
I want to find out how much his signs are. I think that would be really cool to get some.
Mm-hmm.
I want to support this guy. He's awesome.
Support this guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. Let's listen some more.
How to up your riz.
I saw the absolute most beautiful woman at the factory today. Don't worry, I hit her with the... because I don't care. Anyways, what I got is this high-quality LED sign of LC Sign. It's very visible during the day and bright enough at night to be noticed by everyone passing by. No MOQ.
And with no hose. Where are you?
Here. If you're planning to start a business, congratulations. Now you found LC Sign. Watch me put it out like this. It gets sucked immediately.
That's actually really cool shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they make some super cool shit.
Pulling it down with the same pressure applied throughout the entire pull. So then it gets longer and longer.
Anyways, if you want to order signs for your franchise stores, make sure you buy from a responsible sign company. LC Sign has 4 respectively quality inspectors and been in the sign industry for 5 to 12 years.
I'm officially only gonna date guys who are 20 plus years older than me.
Look no further than our acrylic light box. Outside is a green light box. Inside is acrylic letters. It's professional and ethical to upgrade your store. Anyways, how to know your spend on signs worthwhile is simple ways to check if they have spare parts. LC Sign would provide spare thread rods and nuts and sleeve nuts. Suitable template with hose, transformer, or adapter in the package.
Oh my god.
He's pretty good at getting those accents down for, I think he's from China. I think he's in China. Hong Kong somewhere.
I just popped up their website to see where they are.
Where is that? Where is it?
It's plus 86181. Yeah, so
Gotta
I'm
be
not
like China or Hong Kong or something.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer, but it's amazing.
But he'll ship all over the world, dude. Not a big deal.
Yeah, he will.
But he's classic. I just love the reaction to some of these. He doesn't even have to react, and it's the greatest reaction, and it's awesome. Let's check out.
Yeah, it is China.
Okay.
Nope. Anyways, how to know your spend on signs are worthwhile? A simple way to check if they have spare parts. LC Sign would provide spare thread rods and nuts and sleeve nuts. Suitable template with hose, transformer, or adapter in the package.
He just don't care.
I really don't.
Just don't care. I mean, that's just cool. I mean, this. Yeah, you have to admit. I mean, this is an incredible viral campaign that he's got going on, and it's kicking ass apparently, which is really cool. We got one more. I got to show one more because this guy is just so gay. It's like, this guy is so gay. He makes gay guys look straight. That's how gay this guy is. Let's check him out. This is unreal. Oh, do you?
And many others.
Get a doctor. Anyways, this is a set of marketing letter made from high quality materials.
Hi there. I'm gay.
Goodbye. Anyways, how to know your spend on signs are worthwhile? Simple ways to check if they have spare parts.
Let's add another gender.
Anyways, how to find the right sign company for you is to check how they deliver design.
So we've seen a few of those, but it's just like, oh my god, he doesn't care. I love it, and it's working for him apparently.
Yeah, it is. He definitely like struck while the iron's hot on that one, and really made the most of it.
Dude, the iron is going to be hot for a while. I don't hate to say it, but I'm saying it's going to be hot for a while. You know, and more comedians are finally coming back online into the real world and realizing, you know, you got to make fun of shit. You got to make fun of the absurd and the ridiculous, and it's fucking hilarious.
Well, and I think that, you know, this is a sad thing that, but it's true. I think a lot of them were afraid of getting canceled, right? You had certain people that just really didn't give a shit, but at the same time, you know, a lot of mainstream comedians, especially touring comedians and stuff like that, and just funny people in general, like in the media, again, like I said, I mean, they were so quick to cancel people and to, again, slander, and do all this kind of thing and pull up, you know, garbage from the people's past and stuff like that, that a lot of times wasn't even true. You know what I mean? It's just made up bullshit.
It's made up, yeah.
Just to cancel people because they didn't like that they were opposing the narratives they went pushing on everybody.
Their little narrative, their little mission statement, and that's you know, if we can't sit here and disagree with each other and make fun of that, if you're coming across, you go, I'm gay, and somebody's not going to make fun of that, you have to make fun of that. It is if you're gay and you're doing that and you aren't, you know, okay with somebody making fun of you, then stop doing it. You know,
yeah.
It's like absorb it. You know, I've got gay family members, and I will do something like that and make fun of it, and they'll just kind of go out and banter back and forth, just doing the whole gay routine for just a couple seconds, and it's absolutely hilarious. And there's no ill intent, no malintent with it. It's just being funny, and it's okay to be funny.
Yeah, my thing too is I think that, you know, that the whole movement, quote unquote, was they never got their civil rights taken away. They never got their human rights taken away. And I guess what happened was, I mean, what it looked like to me at least, is they started making a big deal about what they do in their goddamn bedroom. They brought that out of the bedroom.
Yeah.
And then wanted some sort of pat on the back for it, because they came out and said so. Yeah. You know what I mean? You didn't have to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't make a big deal about what I do in my bedroom. You know what I mean?
Same.
And I don't demand, you know, a pat on the back for that, or special, you know, or you for to change society's bathroom, you know, signs, or anything like that. Like, I mean, come on, man. What happened to just, you know, to each his own?
Right.
Love thy neighbor. You know what I mean?
I do get the stuff that they want the same benefits if they're a couple, like, you know.
Well, I think that's where it all started, right?
Yeah, but then they went too far. They went way beyond that, to wanting to be able to pretty much have impunity in life and be able to do what they want. It'll be interesting to see what happens this June come Pride Month, which should be a freaking Pride weekend again. Right. Because I don't need to celebrate the whole. I don't even celebrate the weekend, but I'll at least let you have your parade on the one Saturday or whatever it is and all that, but I don't have to celebrate the whole month. I'm sorry. Love you. My family members who are, no problem with it, but I don't want to sit here and have to see rainbow this, rainbow that, tranny this, tranny that, because it's getting to be much more than that. And I think it's really turning off a lot of people who are gay because it's going too far. You can't have these fat dudes in diapers twerking on a parade route in front of kids.
Right, and you're telling
absolutely disgusting.
Right, and that's the problem, because it's starting to get into grooming, and it's starting to, you know, to really, you know, go toward the kids, and that's where I have to draw the line on it. You know what I mean? And like I said, I have family members as well that you know are gay and all that kind of stuff, and that's great. You know what I mean?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Like, I hope you live, you know, a great life, and I'll support you in what you want to do. But nobody cares. It's not anybody's problem or issue except for yours. You know what I mean? If you make a big deal out of it.
There's a gal who is she's a lesbian, with she's got this really short haircut, but she's awesome. She's more, I think she's, I don't know if she's Republican or conservative, but she certainly leans it and sounds like it, because I think she's making logical sense. She's the one who's putting down these people who are going off. She doesn't like the grooming. She doesn't like, you stay away from kids. You don't even go there. You don't even do the drag queen library reading hour or anything of that bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll have to find some videos of it. I know one of the podcasts I like to follow are the Chicks on the Right. They're awesome. And I think they're having her on, the interviewer. So if I find that, I'll get that out. But we got Pride Month coming up. We'll probably do a second one. We did one last year. Check it out, talking about Pride Month and all this stuff and how we love our gay family members. But there doesn't make me homophobic or anything because I don't want to celebrate. I'm not putting the flag out. I'm not doing all that. Fuck that.
Yeah. I'm
sorry. I'm not buying your rainbow flag Bud Lights or any other brand of anything, Starbucks or whatever it is. I don't put it on everything. Stop making the sports teams wear rainbow shit on their uniforms. Everything. Stop.
Kind of thing. Like, if you want to do this stuff, do it, and that's fine. But you don't have the right to force everybody else to conform to this mindset or
this ideology that you have. That you push on everybody, and that's why to see somebody like Tony coming out and some of these comedians. Like Shane Gillis and Andrew Schultz and a few of these guys come out and start, pushing back on this shit. Dave Chappelle has been doing this shit for a while, where he's just like, fuck that, and he's been getting in trouble, but he's like, oh yeah, I don't fucking care.
I don't care. I like, speaking of Shane Gillis, I like that. I don't know if you saw the videos that him and Post Malone did with the Bud Light stuff and the dad jorts and all that. Yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, I think both of them have contracts with Bud Light, and it's kind of like making Bud Light straight again. And I
Bud Light straight again.
And it's not a tagline that they use or anything like that, but it's just it feels good to me for for them to do things like that. And I haven't seen any commercials or anything like that, but like just them slowly doing that, you know what I mean? And they have to be sponsoring these guys because they don't drink anything else, you know what I mean? So I think it's just their quiet way of trying to get back to their original consumer. Which was, just beer drinking, garage barbecuing, good old American man,
Well, the smartest thing they did was fire that stupid marketing bitch who wanted to get rid of the demographic and thought that, there's a bunch of frat boy Neanderthals that are drinking our beer. We want to change the image. Why? That's made you the number one brand of domestic beer in the United States. What kind of marketing director, marketing person are you? You're a moron.
It's
Ron.
Yeah, and I mean, what'd you want to do? Like pinky out on, drinking a can of beer? Like, no, that's not what beer's about. Beer is about getting smashed in frat houses, and you know what I mean, in garages and in the mountains.
They did that spot with Travis Kelce and all these other guys, and they're like morons, like grunting everything. And they sit down in the chair, like, and then they made their beer drinkers, trying to bring back that audience, look like freaking lazy fat ass morons.
Neanderthals, yeah.
And it's like, well, that's not it. But then they finally fired. I think they probably fired that person, and then I hope, or at least they, transitioned over to this other part where they have the Shane Gillis stuff now, which is brilliant. Which is going to bring them back. May not be to where they once were for a while, but I think it's in the right direction. Going in the right direction finally.
It'll take some crawling back to get back to where they were, but I think that because Gillis is like a bros bro, that's gonna help bring the brand back. Like me and my brother were laughing because we went to the International Sportsman's Expo, right? And we're walking around there, and they had the night before. We had somebody had brought some Bud Light to the house, and we were like barbecuing and stuff, and we cracked a few, and we're like, wow, I haven't had this in such a long time. This is crispy. This is tasting all right. So the next day
they fooled you. It's not really that good of a beer, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not the greatest, right. But I mean, in a pinch, it's doesn't suck.
That's all you got.
Yeah. And so we go to Expo, and we're like, should we gay it up? Let's do it. So yeah, I mean, gladly we got a couple of those big old tall boys and just said, hey, let's make this American again.
Yeah, and it's just so good to see Merca coming back and realizing that it's time to be real. It's time to stop being offended by everything. It's time to make fun of stuff and not bent out of shape. Sorry, the leftists probably are still going to get bent out of shape because they have no sense of humor, and it's so ironic and hilarious that they said, "Oh, we don't." I think Tim Walz said that. Oh, the Republicans done it because they don't have a sense of humor. All right, have you looked in the mirror yet, douche? Because I think you're a moron. And no, we have the sense of humor. You don't.
They're gonna yell and scream and kick their feet at anything because they don't
throw that
have
tantrum.
Anything. Like they're really scraping the bottom of the cookie bowl right now. Yeah. And so I think that the thing is it's gonna make them look more ridiculous because the stuff that they're gonna kick and scream about is gonna become this smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's like, what?
Well, they're
yelling.
Yeah, but they're trying to take the same page out of our playbook, if you will. Not mine, but the Republican or the conservative side. They're taking it out of our playbook because they have no playbook of their own.
Right.
Other than this woke bullshit. But when it comes to trying to make fun of us, they're using, come up with something original.
Yeah.
You morons.
Well, it's going so far, though, which is sad, that they're justifying the Tesla terrorists, and Tesla terrorists, that's a whole nother episode. But at the same time,
we do have that one.
It's going so far that they're justifying this kind of stuff, which I mean, if you have one brain cell left in your head, that is completely it's ridiculous, it's irresponsible, and there's no room for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you're supporting it because your D leader says that you need to, or we can just kind of shrug it off and turn our backs to it and chuckle. You know what I mean? That's bullshit. Yeah. That's absolute bullshit.
Yeah. Well, we thank you for joining the podcast, everyone, today. I think we're hopefully seeing a good trend in the right direction of people, starting to come back to reality and having a little fun with life again, making fun of things that they disagree with and all that stuff. I just sure hope that the people on the left, and it seems they're more so than the ones on the right, have a harder time with people they disagree with. And that's a shame. And I hope it comes back around that we can disagree, we can make fun of each other, and it's okay. And to see stuff like what Tony was doing, and then now the new stuff with Shane Gillis and Post Malone on Bud Light and a bunch of other things happening, and comedians starting to have the balls and the cojones again to come out and really start talking about this stuff and have people laugh without one or two idiots walking out because they're offended. Fine. Bye-bye. You're a moron. You knew what this show was about when you bought a ticket. So, GTFO. Mm-hmm. So, anyway. So that's what we have to say. Question everything. When the left starts to use our same tactics to try to get back on us, you have to question, well, why are they doing that? Because they have nothing. And we need to start having fun with life. You don't need to be rude. You don't need to, well, we are, because that's the name of the podcast, but that's just the way it goes. But it's all in good fun. It's for entertainment, and we have a good time with it. But you don't have to be personal about it. You don't have to, be really offensive. But sometimes it's okay to be offensive. That makes the best. Daniel Tosh, comedian. That's all he has. Every joke he has is hilarious because it's ultra offensive. You're like, oh shit, and Schultz does the same thing, and a few others, and I can't even think, but there's a bunch. And those, I hate to say it, those are the funniest comedians. It's like you would never really say that in true life, but as a joke in a comedy routine, it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
and that's what it's
it's
supposed to make.
hilarious.
Just laugh, enjoy it, have fun with life, people.
Don't get butthurt over everything.
Stop getting butthurt, you butt heads. Anyway, thanks for joining the podcast. Check us out on the next podcast. We're going to try to do another one that's going to be a little bit funny as well. So enjoy and have a good one, everyone. And we'll see you on the next one. Later.
Question everything.